Hey, this is Drew Bennett from BenSpark.com. I'm actually recording the beginning at the end of the day. This is the last thing I'm recording. This is my day at the PBS Annual Meeting for day 2. We got to talk to some voice actors. We got to talk to some puppeteers. And some people were one and the same. And had an amazing dinner. So it's a little long, but the whole part about the animators and the voice actors and puppeteers is really cool stuff. I hope you stay to watch it. Thank you. So we're going to learn about a new PBS show called Splash and Bubbles from the Jim Henson Company. So that's going to be really cool. The characters are so bright and colorful.
He puffs up, which can be a little embarrassing, but it gives us a great opportunity to teach kids about their feelings and emotional regulation. In this clip, you're going to see Dunk's super cool nightlight shell, which helps comfort him in the dark.
We should play hide and seek in the deep.
Sounds amazing!
I'll wait here. Okay then.
See, the cluster-winged snail glows inside the shell, and that glow helps me sleep better. Jam-packed with every happy sound. We're all so different and play different parts. It all comes together when the music starts. That's the rhythm of the beat. Let's do it together. Rhythm of the beat. 'Cause we're making it together. We all play our part in the rhythm of the beat. Yeah! Thank you all so much.
So we just watched Splash and Bubbles, and you can see a little bit of what we got to see, so it's pretty cool.
And finally, and importantly, design. Whether the show is animated or live action, we want PBS Kids series to look and feel like they could live only on our network. The designs can't be generic, and ideally they should be so visually striking that they move the medium of TV forward. So my personal litmus for that is this. Would I wear those characters on a t-shirt?
What we saw a little bit was some of the behind-the-scenes stuff and the puppeteering, and can you kind of explain like the process of creating an episode, because that's just like incredible to me. I love technology, and just seeing that, and especially the young man who was like doing the wires, but then learning all these other things, that was pretty cool. So.
Well, it's an amazing. How long is it? I'm trying to think when it was first implemented.
Right. So the Henson Digital Puppetry Studio was actually at its very earliest inception, started by Jim Henson. So one of the last projects he did was Muppet Vision 3D, which plays at Disneyland, if you've seen that, and it has a character in it called Waldo, and that is a puppeteer digital character. And then so the Creature Shop's been developing that technology, and really, and for a period of time, waiting for computers to get fast enough, because you can see the beautiful, rich, lush, the way that it's done. And so we were waiting for a little while for computers to get fast enough to give us that instantaneous virtual viewer that we need on the stage to use the big studio. And then, so it's really been since 1990. And then we did a production called Francis, but really Sid the Science Kid, I think, was probably the
first time we did a whole, you were in France, right?
I played the mom. It was very low key, thank goodness. I just had to blink. But I had a few little kids. Yeah. So it was very minimal. I mean, it wasn't the extent of the animation that's happening now.
But you guys should say what it's like to puppeteer into the machine versus hand puppetry.
It's a true collaboration, because you're oftentimes when we do traditional puppetry, like on Sesame Street or anywhere like that, oftentimes you have one person performing the head and the left hand of a puppet, like Cookie Monster. And they'll be doing the voice, and then oftentimes there's another puppeteer doing the right hand, and so you're working together, and that's very difficult. But then this kind of takes it one step further, because, for example, for Splash, I'm at the rig, we call it, where the computer monitors are, controlling the facial expressions and the lip sync and doing the voice, while Donna is on the other side of the room in the middle of this huge volume, which is basically a big stage that all the cameras face, doing the body of Splash, and doing all the fin expressions and totally, igniting that. So the computer kind of instantaneously combines those two together. So we have to kind of learn each other's beats, each other's rhythms, and each one of us, who perform the 4 main characters, have someone who's usually with us, and you develop this kind of, it's almost like dancing. You start to really feel the rhythm of how that person moves. You can almost feel them breathing, and it's an amazing symbiotic relationship, which is great because that's what the show's so much about. But it takes 8 of us to put 4 characters on a screen, and what it kind of allows is the reason people say, well, why not just do traditional animation? And because besides the fact this technology is really cool, is the fact that it gives us as performers incredible freedom, because we're able to instantly, react to each other. We're not in a booth, isolated, alone, reacting to playback. We're there, and if one of us ad-libs, we can react to that. And for the directors, it's like a whole new world, because they don't have to scrap, tons of already animated footage to start over again. They can go, that last take was okay, but let's cut that beat.
Let's restage it. Let's re-improvise it. Let's see what it comes if you come in later. And and then you're like, what, huh? And what? Just to jump on what you're saying, that because most of us are coming from traditional puppetry, and then you're like, oh my gosh, there's like what they call a Waldo, where you put your hand in into one side that is mostly your mouth movements, maybe some head. Everything is set up specifically to how we feel most comfortable. Like I took some of the knobs off my finger things because it was easier for me to manipulate. And we have a joystick. It's like a Wurlitzer. It's like a giant organ where you've got foot pedals.
And
like
41 of them. There are 40. Every control that we have, some are bi-directional, some are unidirectional. There are 41 different options that we have as puppeteers to put any expression anywhere we want. So if you're looking at the model, there are actuators, which are the things that move like eyebrow up, eyebrow down, which we combine to create expressions like happy or smile or something like that, with the cheeks lifted. And then every puppeteer can assign those expressions to any control that we want. So every puppeteer's program is different, and it can be different. Like Johnny's program for Tidy is different than his program for Splash. Yeah. So it's really.
You might be able to tell she's a programmer.
Well, I did Sid the Science Kid, and that was my first show. So that was 8 years ago. So, but it's just really something. The amount of range and expression that we can create with these things, and eventually you get it. It tends to take time to learn it, but
you get to animate.
Yeah, you're an animator.
You literally get to you have a base expression, and then you literally get to like I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna stick my tongue out, in the middle of that. So you're like, instead of hand drawing and going like that, you're all the movement is decided, how big, how small, how fast. It's just like
you have to learn the principles of animation, which is
and
it's so difficult.
Squash,
you see it on the screen?
We do. We see it live instantaneously.
And you have to just everything.
Yeah,
at the same
it's all the
time
same. So we're reading our lines. We're looking at one screen that has just our character's face on it, so we can really see all the detail, and then another screen that has all 4 camera shots on it. So it really becomes
it's sensory overload.
Yeah.
I can say from an outside observer watching, when you sit down.
Yeah, but we need all of those things. So I know if I'm not in the shot, or if my back is on camera 2 and that's the only shot I'm on, I can at least look at my ISO of just my face and see what I'm doing, and a lot of times if you're not on, you're just blinking, looking positive, maybe the eyes go down, you're staying alive instead of when the camera doesn't come back to your character.
I can say walking around during the shoot, each of them have such different styles to approach it too. Like some of them really do look like they're killing a pipe organ, just going at it. And then Raymond stands up, and Raymond looks like he's flying a spaceship. Like you're at Control Central, and he's like steering this huge ship. Just going. Everybody's really very different techniques to watch. It's really fun.
And this is all new, right? This is like newer technology.
Well, the great thing about this is, for me, I was always interested in animatronics growing up, and things like dinosaurs from the 90s and Ninja Turtles and all these things.
Right. And Raymond was on Walking With.
Yeah, I was a puppeteer for 2 years on Walking with Dinosaurs, the Arena Spectacular, and that's something I loved. But this interface is basically the style that they use for shows like Dinosaurs. And actually, one of the puppeteers who trained a lot of us, Alan Troutman, worked on Dinosaurs as well. And so it's just interfacing with a digital character as opposed to an animatronic character. So the technology has been around in some form or another, like she was saying, for years. And it's just so it's customizable for puppeteers. It's built by puppeteers and for puppeteers. So that's what makes it so. There was a learning curve. Like we had 2 weeks of just intense. Some of us had 2 weeks. Intense training.
Maybe we had like 3 days.
Right on Broadway tour.
No, but you really do find yourself living in the virtual world, and it's the weird thing is we shoot the show like a sitcom in the sense that we have a live 3-camera cut, and again the director's live and we're all performing live, but it doesn't exist anywhere but the computer. So if you were to walk in and watch us filming it, you just see a bunch of people holding motion capture balls on sticks and us at the computers. And it's very funny because I think people are like looking for the cameras, and it's basically like a giant video game that you are completely in control of, and that you're getting to create the world all together at once. So if that helps at all, is picturing like what it is.
And the cameras are virtual too.
Yeah.
So the camera guys are looking like it's like airplane controllers over off to the side. So everyone is looking at screens and holding onto complicated looking rigs. And that's kind of
they can use their hands. They do have a handheld mode.
Yeah, that's right.
But also with these cameras though, it lends itself so much to the ocean because it's not just coming in and out or back and forth. Like it could go underneath and over, and you never really see the cameras moving. It's just the way that the computer is moving the camera into our characters.
It's a full 360 world.
Yeah.
And there are offsets too, so 2 characters can be physically next to each other, but they can be 30 feet above each other and swim down to meet each other, and they just tell the computer, okay, offset this character, 20 feet higher.
And the other thing too, the way with animation, a lot of times if you're lucky, you get to read a lot of us do animation, and you're the only person. You're reading your lines. You don't, you're reacting. You're trying to give as much as you can in your vocal performance to your animators so they can do it. Or sometimes they'll have, a Flying Fairy School. We were all in the same room, which was great. We did it like a live play reading. But with our theatrical backgrounds, we can really, we're not just performing in a void. We really are playing off each other's reactions and heartbeats, and that really is fueling us as a team. And it's like everybody's breathing together at the same time, along with the camera guys and everybody. So I think that's what makes our stage so, we're just kooky and electric, and people say, you're having so much fun. We're like, we are. We were all excited at the same time, stressed at the same time, tired at the same time.
Well, and it translates. It feels like when you watch the show, it doesn't feel like it's a very clean, perfect, because that's not how we all communicate. We all throw in words. We're messy.
Is anyone colliding into each other? It sounds like there's a lot going on.
The thing about puppeteers, and this is on any puppet show, we're not looking at each other. We're looking at the monitor, or in this case, looking at the monitor this way. So we're always running into each other and tripping over stuff because we're never looking where we're going. Yeah.
It's actually it's an amazing choreography lesson when you watch, the director and the floor performer stage a scene, because, we're at our controls and all we have to worry about really is our lines and our characters. They're having to think about, well, if I put my arm here and I can swim this way and then I have to turn around this way and then the cable has to go. It's an amazing thing to watch. It's like backstage choreography in a theater piece,
with umbilical words.
With umbilical words.
With humans on the end of it.
I have another.
Well, I guess that's the same thing with umbilical.
Here's our lunch. And something special for Victoria. And dessert. The end of the PBS Annual Meeting, and we're having a reception at the Riverwalk, which is right here at the hotel. So right at the hotel, we get to get some pictures of some of the PBS Kids characters like Nature Cat and Cat in the Hat, and Daniel Tiger and Katarina Kitty Cat. And the group of us were going to go for dinner, and it was a good day. Did a lot of different programming that we saw, and we had a lot of fun here for the past 2 days. So I'll record some more. We're right here. It's right at Columbus Ave, and see here all these awesome buildings around here in Chicago. A lot of fun. Video this part.
It smells like
Right? Let's offer two.
That is my dinner. I'm sharing it, but that is my dinner. Oh my goodness. I want to gnaw on that bone. That's crazy. That looks incredible. He did excellent. That was excellent. Oh my goodness.
So this is going to be the tenderloin over here and the strip on that side, okay? Same here for you, the tenderloin side on the left. Strip on the right. Did you want to keep the bone?
No, I was kidding when I said that.
You could. What did they do with it?
They put it in a dictionary. They stick it on they press it.
So just got back from dinner. We went to a place called Coco Pazzo in Chicago, and starting to get a little unruly here. And yeah, I'm just gonna get myself packed up. I'm trying to figure out how to take all this stuff with me. I took just a backpack, but I got like 3 bags, so you get so many bags when you go on these little trips and stuff. And it's like, this one has a bag, that one has a bag, there's another bag. But so I got that, and let me just show you some of this stuff. So here are just some of the things that, obviously not the Coke in the water, because you can't take that through security. Now, why would do that? But there's a Cookie Monster Pop, and there's a Nature Cat, there's a couple of mugs, and there's a lunchbox, and there's some books and things like that. So Odd Squad, if your kids are familiar with Odd Squad, there's an agent badge in there, so that's really neat. And yeah, that's it. So I got to figure out how to do all that. Tonight's dinner was awesome. I showed you how they cut up the Porterhouse. It was a 40-ounce Porterhouse that I split with another person, with Melissa, and oh, so good. It was so good. It was so good. Today was really cool too. It was a really good day. Meeting with the folks from Splash and Bubbles. That was fun. They were really nice people. Getting to meet Abby Cadabby, the voice of Abby Cadabby, Leslie there, and yeah, it was just really cool. So this is Drew Bennett from BenSpark.com. Thank you for watching. You can find me on Instagram as BenSpark, Twitter as BenSpark, at Facebook.com/I'mNotAFamousBlogger, and please subscribe because I got videos every day for 2016. Thank you.